to this special live broadcast by NBC and also in collaboration with the Khomas Regional Council. Over the coming weeks, we will bring you a series of in-depth conversations with constituency councillors from across the Khomas region. These sessions aim to foster great transparency, showcase developmental milestones, and strengthen the connection between local leadership and also the communities that they serve. My name is Clarence Asep, and I will be your moderator for this very series. In our first edition today, we're privileged to be joined by the chairperson of the Khomas Regional Council, who actually also equally serves as a councillor of the John Pandeni Constituency, Honorable John Moonde. Honorable, welcome to this program, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So to start off with, we mentioned that you're having a dual hats that you're carrying. So maybe you could tell us, as a constituency, in fact, the Khomas Regional Council chairperson, that role, what it entails.
The role is, I must say, I'm privileged to experience to be a chairperson of the councils, also serving as a John Pandeni Constituency councillor. It's not an easy role. It needs perseverance, it needs focus, because you are leading a very sensitive region where the community or resident of that region expect excellence in the service delivery. But through my experience, also I've overcome those challenges. So it's a very difficult role. I can say that because you need to pay attention to what wants to pay attention to the organization's performance, and you also need to pay attention to the overall government objectives and plans.
Thank you so much. Also, while we are at it, as we are talking about the Khomas Regional Council, could you give us a brief overview of some of the activities, some of the programs, and also engagements undertaken by the council?
First of all, I want just briefly go to the functions of the Regional Council. The Regional Council Act number 12 of 1992. Just one important function or powers is to prioritize development in the region. And the chairperson, one also of the important function or powers of the chairperson is to supervise all developmental projects, programs, and make sure that implementation was properly executed. As a region, you know that there was COVID. We focused on education, we focused on health. Mostly these two are critical to us. We also focus on safety and security. If I can just go back to education, when we started, we had issues of shortage of classroom, more specifically to grade 1s, mostly to some constituencies. Grade 8 it was overall. It was also a problem, shortage of classes. We managed to relieve some of the schools. We built classrooms. We provided also textbooks to the tune of 2.4 million, and we continue to do that. When it comes to health, let me go back to education. We also have what we call back to school program, where we allocate $50,000 Namibian per constituency. This money is meant for the most vulnerable learners in our community. We can buy stationaries, we can buy uniforms. We also have a program of financial assistance where we assist grade 12 learners that want to improve their subjects with NAMCOL. We also allocate per constituency a very good amount of money to assist those learners. The last financial assistance is to grade 12 who want to further their tertiary education as well. We assist with the sometimes you find these learners want to advance to their education to tertiary institutions, but they get sometimes left behind because they could not secure financial assistance for their tuition fees. But we don't cover tuition fees. We only provide registration fees. When it comes to health, again, we have a lot of clinics. And you know, these functions, education is a delegated function, the same as health. We have renovated many clinics. Black Chain is just here. We renovated the clinic, we renovated the pharmacy, we also renovated the doctor's consulting rooms and equip it with state-of-the-art. If we go to Akahana in Moses Garweb, we also renovated that clinic. We also built extra doctor's consulting rooms. We equipped it. We also at Mix bought an ambulance and donated to the health for management. And also we put up a prefab clinic. We in Katura East, we also renovated that clinic. We built a pharmacy there and extra rooms. That's long, yes. And when it comes to safety and security, we, to the tune of, I think, 1.5 million, we assisted the Namibian police in Khomas region with the fixing of some cars, vehicles that were grounded. We renovated the Katra police station. We also renovated part of Chomwise, and we still continue to giving services to safety and security matters. As some informal settlements, we also provided high mass because you know the informal settlement is big. It's not covered by City of Windhoek with lights everywhere, so we came in to procure and set up high mass lights. And also, most constituencies, if not all, some crime hotspot areas, we also provided CCTV cameras. In my constituency, soon we will also have CCTV cameras. Yes.
Thank you so much. It is actually very fitting that we start here because in your role as the chairperson of the Khomas Regional Council, you just painted a very beautiful picture, but as we go with these additions, we will hear from the councillors themselves. Also, just for you to know that we are live on NBC Digital News on YouTube. Aside from that, also on the Khomas Regional Council Facebook page and on all the radio services of the NBC. Honorable Councillor, the region, this very one, is uniquely diverse, both in terms of population and also socio-economic dynamics, as it encompasses Namibia's capital city and economic hub as well. How does the Regional Council navigate this complexity to ensure inclusive development and effective service delivery across all constituencies?
Yeah, it's a very interesting question, and you are right by saying that it's a diverse and dynamic region. It's very diverse and dynamic in the sense that it's the capital region, the mostly densely populated region in the country, and our region covers the most urban area because we have only one rural constituency. The other 9 are within the town. It's also diverse in the sense that all tribes are in this region. Everybody is come for greener pasture in Khomas region. And as a region, we are pressed by the influx or inflow of migration to other areas or corners of town when it comes to service delivery. But as I've explained earlier, we have committed to make sure that everybody that comes to the city or to Khomas region receive service from the leadership that is in place. And we are also having policies that guide us as to how we should give services that is inclusive, because you must remember we are also the host of the central government, and as such we are supposed to level up our effort in providing service and not to close people out when we provide services.
Thank you so much. Now, the community, members of the community, they play such a crucial role. And just for you to know that we have members of the community in attendance, and we will also allow for them to engage with you, Councillor, a little later. Before we talk about the constituency, John Pandeni, I'd like to ask you, community engagement is actually the cornerstone of effective governance. So how does the council, and I'm talking about the Khomas Regional Council, ensure that residents, including those in more remote areas, remain informed, remain heard, and also adequately served?
When you talk of governance, we have an MOU with the City of Windhoek. This MOU encompasses service delivery, mobilization of funds, housing, and also includes public gatherings. In that MOU, we have a MOU that when we do our quarterly public meetings, we should do it together with the City of Windhoek. We invite community members. They ask questions with regards to service provision in the city, in the region. All stakeholders come to attend and give answers where service is lacking in the region. And it's working very well. It's not only through that, we also engage our constituency development committees, because the setup and the composition of this committee is such that members are from different background of profession. We also emphasize that they should be scattered from different locations within that constituency they are elected. And they are also our eyes on the ground in their vicinities to make sure that where there is service needed and is not reported to the constituency is informed. We, from our side also, besides the public meetings we do with City of Windhoek, we also do our own community meetings. We also have many activities that we organize with the communities and they get involved. We also use public media like you. Social media is also a very good platform to disseminate information and to be in touch with the community.
So we said that we will be having in-depth discussions, and now I'd like to change the location and come home and talk about John Pandeni Constituency so that we can focus on the constituency itself. Councillor, when one thinks about a constituency, there are many factors. There are factors of characteristics, there are factors of demographic, economic profile, and so on. Now, could you paint for us a picture? Just a picture with what some of these characteristics are and how they define this community.
The John Pandeni constituency is the second smallest in the Khomas region, with a population of 25,500 plus minus 500 community members. But countrywide, it's very big. If you compare to some constituencies or in the country, you find the constituency 4,000 people, but we have 25,500 residents. It's mostly inhabited by elderly people. Unemployment is a bit high, it's around 40% as per the 2023 national statistics. Again, the time we came in, we found that the residents were really hard hit by COVID, where you could even see that some of the community members who went out of their parent house, they came back with their kids, with their children, and then these children sometimes got left with their grandparents, and the struggle became very severe. What we have encountered in this constituency is mostly the unaffordability of municipal services. We held many meetings here with the community members that are affected, mostly elderly people, because the city services has become unaffordable. As a result, the debt became high, but somehow we made inroads to make sure that the elderly, some of the elderly people, debt got written off, but it still accumulates back, unfortunately.
Thank you so much for that. On COVID-19, because you actually also took office at the height of that COVID-19, which was particularly a challenge globally, just globally and not just in this constituency or in our country. If you could talk about your work then, how did that affect your work, especially in terms of supporting the community? I know that you made mention of some of the initiatives, but overall, because obviously there was a plan, and now COVID-19 came, but I would like to know just how it impacted the work that you had set out to do.
Yeah, when you talk of COVID, to us it was a challenge when we came in the offices. We made but COVID could not stop us, though the communication was somehow limited. The gathering was limited. But I must thank the management staff of Khomas Regional Council. They were on course, they were on the ground together with the leadership to provide the needed services. So you know there were sanitizers, there were masks to be put on, gathering was limited, and that was the time we learned that one can also solve a problem through virtual meetings. That was so effective, and it could not stagnate. The organization provides services. So it was a learning curve to us because we knew, we did not expect that there would be this disease or a pandemic with some restrictions of coming together, but together also with the stakeholders and central government. Of course, we got a relief of us not only to handle this pandemic alone.
I'd like to move to specifics, and specifics like beyond COVID-19 actually. What are some of the broader developmental initiatives, Councillor, that you've implemented to uplift the John Pandeni constituency across sectors such as housing, for instance, infrastructure, if we can talk in detail about health, education also?
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, this is a very small community in John Pandeni, but when it comes to housing, the Khomas Regional Council, Ministry of Urban and Rural Development, Nambia Housing Enterprises, what we call NHE, City of Windhoek, we have a memorandum of understanding to build 1,200 houses for low income. This was a pilot project. We, as a council, of course, my constituency also benefited from that project. As we speak, 758 houses were built out of 1,200. We made our contribution because each organization, as per the agreement, has areas where they should contribute. We contributed our funds 100%. And when it comes to education, again, unfortunately, our constituency has only one school, which is H.P.N. Secondary School. H.P.N. Secondary School was performing very low the time we took over. We supported them with textbook. We supported them with other equipment, especially we built a laboratory for them. The school is doing well now. It's one of the top 10 in the region. Also provided sport facilities to the school, like netball. The sport field for soccer is in motion. We are busy constructing it. And when it comes to health, again, our constituency, 3 clinics are at the border of the constituencies. And again, as you know, the policy of providing a clinic with government, central government, is that we should be in the range within 10 kilometers, and we don't have that distance. Again, we have a challenge of land in our constituency. We could not bring up new, even a school. We won't find the land here to put up a new school. Even a land to put up a clinic, we won't find, because we old locations in the region. I mean, there are suburbs in the region. You won't find any land for new developments such as schools or clinics. So, but we are supporting those facilities that are closer to our residents. You must remember also that as a chairperson, you should also be accommodative and also be inclusive, or consider other constituencies that are really hit by whether it's poverty or social problems. Maybe ours might be not that extreme as Samara Machel or Moscaro Tobias Anyeko, but we take it as that whatever is supposed to come to us, if we don't have those such facilities, we must cater other inhabitants.
Something very that caught my attention, and it's very true, like you said, that there's no available land. Now, in the absence of that, Councillor, what alternatives?
We will not be restricted if the demand becomes so severe. We will not be restricted to buy existing properties. I can give you a typical example of this office. When we were looking for open land to build the office, there was no land, so we have to buy this house. This was a house that we turned into an office. So we will do the same to put up either a clinic, either a library, that we can do.
Now, Councillor, on a lighter note, I remember that this was a house, I was attending primary school nearby, and I would always walk past this place. Yes, and now it's like you said, so it's possible. There cannot be an excuse of there's no land and we cannot develop.
Yes.
All right. Well, if you're just joining us right now, we are live on NBC Digital News on YouTube and on the Facebook page and all of the radio services of the NBC. Please do take notes. We will engage you shortly, and you can also talk to your councillor. Some pressing issues, Councillor, across the region include youth unemployment, healthcare access. Well, we touched on that a little bit. And also, even though we spoke about schools, there are still educational challenges as well. So what targeted interventions, Councillor, have you introduced to address these concerns in your constituency?
As I've mentioned earlier, that we have one school. When it comes to the targeted interventions, specifically to young people, we have engaged, we have what we call constituency, inter-constituency tournaments. So these ones has to do with sport. Each constituency have to come up with a soccer team or netball team. That also helps because you know this side of the of west side of Windhoek, there are not so much sports field. That's why I mentioned that the main purpose of us also coming up with the support of the soccer field in HPN and is to have our young people to display their skills. As our current president says, art and sport are also professions. So we are starting at that level. When it comes to assistance of education to young people, as I mentioned earlier again, to that we have NAMCO, those that want to improve their subject through NAMCO, those that want to further their studies through the registration fees that I mentioned earlier. We also have what we call income generating activities. This is for small businesses, but we don't only just target those who have already small businesses. The past 2 years, we committed these funds because each constituency received 250,000. Now we made it 270,000. We focus mostly on TVET graduates, those that did electricity, plumbing, mechanics, to assist in our TVET graduates, even salons, any TVET program, we assist. It's a lot. It's a lot of programs under TVET help young people. Again, we're not limited again, as I like saying that we invite new ideas for new initiatives from the community members, even young people themselves, to share with us as to how can we come in and assist and uplift their well-being.
Councillor, in terms of the engagement of the youth, how engaged are they with the office?
The engagement, I can tell you one example of one program that we always have with those students studying social work from UNAM. I think we have an agreement with UNAM. Every year they come and do their program through our constituencies. We assign them to different locations in the constituency. They mostly like to interview young people with their social problems. They have been here most of the time at the constituency. We assist to provide whatever they need to carry on with their meetings. But I have observed that young people are very reluctant to come out and engage us, attend our meetings, even public meetings. I don't know how many young people are even here, because we invited the whole public. But even here today. So I want to urge on the young people to come out from their shells and engage them. We a plan that is accommodative to every young person, that is liked by them, so that we forge ahead and develop this country.
Yes. Before we go for a break, I'd just like to ask you this, Councillor. Now, this region, Khomas, like many other parts of Namibia, faces environmental risks as well, and disaster-related risks at the same time as well. How prepared is the John Pandeni constituency, and what risk management or disaster response strategies are in place to safeguard lives and also livelihoods?
When it comes to, I must just mention that it's an Act of Parliament, Disaster Risk Management Act number 10 of 2012, of which I'm the chair of the Disaster Risk Management Committee, and all the regional councillors are chairpersons. We this committee comprises of many stakeholders. City of Windhoek is part of NDF, many institutions. Of course, we are very prepared, and this committee, this Disaster Risk Management Committee is also coordinated through the Office of the. We had disasters of flood, and I want to give you a very recent one that happened in Ochomwese, Axtelan, where we have relocated those victims to Farm 508. And as a regional council, we came in to put up a temporary school. As we speak, is open. The learners are being taught in tents. We also put up a prefab clinic. We also fenced off an area where we want to put up another prefab police station. We will also start soon with that one. We are involved. We are playing a big role when it comes to the disasters, and we are prepared to resolve any eventualities.
Well, thank you so much, Councillor. Are you ready to engage your community?
No, you are very much welcome.
Okay. We will take a little break, just a minute or so, and then we will continue with this broadcast. Welcome back. Break. We are still engaging Councillor Honorable John Moonde, the Councillor of the John Pandeni Constituency. Now, before we took the break, we spoke extensively about the developmental infrastructure, health, education, and just basically the circumstances, of the constituency. Councillor, right now we'll continue, and we invite members of the public who are here, of the community, of the constituency, to join us. And as we engage, we would also just like to let you know that we are live on NBC Digital News on YouTube. We are also live on the Khomas Regional Council Facebook page and on all of the NBC radio services. So yes, we may proceed if there's any comments from members of the public here. Okay. The white, or is it white? Khaki, round, yes.
Good afternoon, honorable councillors and the esteemed community of John Pandeni. I'm Dennis Kovasab. I would also like to say I'm a dear brother to the councillor, a neighbor. So my question is on safety and security. Councillor would know between almost every other day, between 5 and 7, people's phones are grabbed there by Pamotsi. And we also have a prostitution issue up in the street. I would like to know what specific plan does he have to curb these two issues? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Can I respond? Thank you very much, Dennis, for the questions. The two security issues, of course, has received the attention of our office. I know the Pamotsi case. It's an old club, it's an abandoned building. We wrote a letter to City of Windhoek 2 years ago. I engaged the owner also. He promised to come back and put a shop, and this one, I think, again, we need to take it up with the City of Windhoek. With regards to the prostitution, we have a neighborhood group in the area. And always when we have public meetings, we engage the city police, NAMPOL. They know these social problems. It's again something that our office need to take up with the police, law enforcement agencies. But I can just tell you that all these two issues you mentioned has received the attention of our office. The responsible agencies, specifically the law enforcement agencies, law enforcement, so like NAMPOL, City Police, they are aware of this. The CCTV cameras that I was talking about, we will put up soon there, I think 2 cameras, CCTV cameras, more specifically where the prostitution is taking place. Also, that Pamotsi area, we have also allocated 1. This is what we have agreed with the city police. We brought the police there. We walk around there, all those areas that you mentioned. Specifically the grabbing of phones. I'm also on that group, and I feel very pity for the people in Baruch Street and the others. And you also know that all these platforms, there are also police officers on that platform. And I'm sure they are aware. Maybe it's just a proper mechanism to arrest the situation that needs to be enforced. But the office is aware of those issues you raised, and it's receiving our attention.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you also for the question. We can move on. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Isep. My name is Aaron Nekongo, a resident of the John Pandeni Constituency. I basically have about three questions here. I'm actually very happy to hear that our constituency have contributed about 1.5 million to the police force to fix their cars and perhaps to service them. I have actually learned with disappointments that the crime have gone up in our constituency. And just less than 2 months ago, a friend of mine was almost robbed in her house. She called me when I was at our house. Did not get a reply. Then asked her the emergency number of the police. And then when she called the police number of the number of the police, she was told that there is no car available. And then I basically just tried to calm her down so that if the people are trying to do something, perhaps nothing will happen. But then the people were still around her house, tried to actually rob off her property. I just want to find out from our councillor, with the agreement that you had with the police force, how can we make use of the vehicles that you have sponsored for them to be repaired? And perhaps can one vehicle perhaps be donated to be made use within our constituency? Number 2, our youth are also roaming around the constituency, or maybe also trying to go to the other places for youth employment, and perhaps to make use of libraries, as you have mentioned earlier. What plans do you have in order for the development of the youth, perhaps a youth center or something in that nature? Number 3 is on sport. Recently, we have just completed the youth games within our country, whereby Namibia came second after South Africa. And also to mention that Peter Shalulile, who is one of our great footballers, basically also came from our constituency, which is from the location called Holgota. That's where he grew up. I want to find out, with regard to sport facilities, what development plans do you perhaps have in plan? I thank you.
Thank you very much, Aaron, for those 3 questions. Let me start with number 1, the issue of unavailability of transport with the police. I think that is that's outside my mandate. It's just something that I will take up with the station commander. But of course, you mentioned us assisting. It's not to say that when we assist the police, and I know the 1.5 was through my office to assist, because then the former station commander, Shapaka, came to introduce to to my office, and I informed him that if you have any assistance you might need, please knock on my door. We wanted specifically just for Wanahenda police station, but then we as management and council deliberated on it. We realized that it's not only Wanahenda station that need to benefit, but then we engaged the regional office of Namibian police so that we spread it all over from Oseakutako, says Katutura station. But again, as I said, development does not stop, it continues. It's a point that maybe we need to take up, but I think that is everywhere where you will find, if it's high, the unavailability of transport we might unfortunately encounter. But that one I will take it up with the police officers. Are also in our midst. They will also assist me after we close to say, how can we mitigate such issues going forward. With regards to the library or for young people, as I interview is that we welcome good initiatives for our young people to be developed. We will not restrict you. If you come to the office and you have an idea Together with the Constituent Development Committee, we will deliberate on those initiatives and we will take it on for the benefit of the community. With the sport, we, as the current leadership, are committed to provide more sport grounds the whole region, not only in John Pandeni constituency. As I mentioned that we don't have ground or we don't have land, specifically sport you won't find. If it's a structure to put up, that one you can buy existing structures and renovate. But we are capitalizing on the Eshipena sport field. We can go into an agreement with the school so that our members of the public or community are able to utilize it. Of course, should be made just like you have a popular one at Eros Primary School. It's always fully booked. If we can also emulate that, I think we'll solve that problem. Again, we have other constituencies where we are again busy putting up these sport facilities. And we as a council, we are committed to bring these much needed sports facilities for our young people as long as we're in these offices. So rural, there's one that's already taking place. And you know, as you spoke of the international player, Shalulile is from here. When we came in, we were very disturbed that as Khomas region is as national sport ground, not fit to host international matches. I had a call with the then Minister of Youth with my management staff and other councillors, and we expressed our disappointment that we don't have sport grounds in the Khomas region. We have Independence Stadium, we have Katutura Sports Complex. None are able to be utilized because we said our young people are being disadvantaged in our own region. So now we are looking at school grounds to make sure that they are at the level that we can use, that we can upgrade, so that our young people can use the sport fields that are already in the schools, which will help us because those other two sport fields are not, that do not belong to us. So at least education is a delegated function to us. We can come in, so we can do something when it comes to the betterment of the school facilities.
Thank you so much. We will take a few more questions, maybe just two more. Yeah, and I see two hands. Yes, here in front, please.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Miriam. First of all, I want to thank our Honorable Councillor for taking time to listen to our concerns of the community. I truly appreciate the platform given to us to have says in matters that affect our daily lives. One of the issues I would like to highlight is the matter of the playgrounds. In our areas that have been, some of them have been locked, some of them are just not useful anymore because it's just not safe. You can't allow your child to go there. Okay, while I understand the importance of protecting the children, I am deeply concerned about the lack of safe spaces where they can play, grow, and interact socially. I would like to ask, what are the next steps in ensuring that these safety issues are addressed, and when can we expect those playgrounds that are not useful anymore and some are locked to be reopened for our children? In addition, I believe the installation of CCTV cameras in high-risk areas could greatly improve safety, not only around the playgrounds, but throughout the community.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And after a councillor response, we'll take the last comment. Thank you so much, councillor.
Yeah, it's a very good question. Our young ones need to go out and play. The playgrounds, I know we have few playgrounds within the constituency. These playgrounds were constructed by the city of Windhoek. They are also managed by the city of Windhoek. Knowing this playground, I know that the city of Windhoek used to contract security companies to make sure that the people or the kids utilizing these play parks are below the age of 17. That's the rule that is there. Those play parks are not for elderly people. They are only for kids under the age of 17. I've not visited these playgrounds in a while. It's a good alert to our office that the play parks are not safe. And again, as I mentioned, that we have a memorandum of understanding with the city of Windhoek when it comes to the provision of services such as play parks and all the amenities that the community needs. And go back to the drawing board on our MOU if it can be enhanced to cater some of these areas, and also create a safety environment for the communities that are to utilize these play parks, and also see as to how Khomas Regional Council can come in and improve on the facilities and the appearance of the play parks. That's all I think I can say for now.
Thank you once again. What we would most probably do is, because we will have to end the live broadcast soon, and thereafter we could still engage. So we had the madam there, the last one on the live.
Should
Yes.
I hold it like this? Okay. Good evening. My name is Wakuna. My surname is Rugero. I was born, raised in Soweto, the dust of Soweto. I have one question, Councillor. That the youth, we don't receive enough information from the office. That's why you see most of the youth are not here. Only the elders which is here. How can you do in order for us to receive more clear information from your office? That's my question, because most of the youth, they are just rolling around outside there with no information from the office of our constituency. Thank you for that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Councillor.
The question. Various platforms to how we, as I said, national broadcast, our page. Need to engage more and find an effective mechanism that can attract young people. I don't know what they do on the social media, whether they go on the platforms. But as I said, through my experience, I used to be a city councillor also 2015. And even in our public meetings, young people are coming short. It's only elderly people. Maybe they feel they don't have responsibilities on their shoulders. That's why they are not head councillor. Young people are coming short to this meeting. So again, but we create these platforms. I think going forward, maybe also NBC, we can also engage as to how we can come up with something that's attractive and that can be heard by the young people. One day I engaged one young person. I said, why you don't watch news, or why you don't watch NBC? This person said, no, my smartphone is my TV. So everything is on the smartphone. Unless maybe, but I know Wi-Fi, but it's something that we need to look at as a constituency, as with the residents, maybe something like a service hub for young people in the community, where you have a library, we have Wi-Fi is provided, and we come there more often to. I think that's something going forward that we can do.
Yes, thank you so much, Councillor. You also said maybe as NBC we can talk what young people should do. I think they should download NBC Plus, because they are on their phones and then they can view it there. With that said, Councillor, thank you so much for taking the time and joining us.
You're welcome.
And also engaging
Thank you very much. Welcome.
your constituents. And also to members of the community, thank you so much for being here and being part of this live broadcast. As we said, we could not take all the questions right now, but you can still engage, Councillor, after we are done. And this will still continue. We will be continuing next week again on Tuesday. We will have again excuse me, Councillor.
Final remarks?
Yes. That is still coming. But before I officially say goodbye, let me also then just ask Councillor for just his final remarks.
No, thank you very much. My final remarks is that please, as community members, utilize your constituency office, engage us. We love you. We are here for you. And we trust that we will have a peaceful constituency like we have endured the last 4.5 years. So thank you very much for keeping me in the office, and I look forward again to work with you the coming 5 years.
Yes, the committee members had. Councillor, I'd also like to thank you for joining us on this platform. Yes. Now with that, we've come to the end of this broadcast, as we were live on NBC, on the YouTube page, the digital news. Aside from that, we were also live on the radio services and also on the Khomas Regional Council Facebook page. Now, this continues. This was just the first edition, so please keep on reading, keep on listening, and we will inform you of where we will be next. From myself, Clarence Asap, good night.